at 3 p.m. on Channel 4.
Today is Monday, September 3rd, 1990. Our champion, Doak Ferry, is on his way to an ultimate challenge worth $55,000. This is a photographer's agent, Charley Horan. And this is an overseas director for a courier service, Toni Carpenter. Doak is the champion. Charley and Toni, you are the challengers. And here is your master of the challenge, DISCLAMER.
Thank you very, very much. And welcome to the challengers on this Labor Day. I hope you've had a good day. This is a new series, as you may know, and I hope you'll be with us for a long, long time. If you caught our sneak preview last week, you know that our champion is Doak Ferry. And on that preview show, Doak won $7,650. Today we're starting off a fresh Doak, and Charley and Toni will be doing their best to knock you out of that position. Nice people, nothing personal. Any player who wins 3 games in a row will have a shot at our ultimate challenge, which has now grown to $55,000. Now, in just a moment, I'll reveal the categories for our first half of play, but first we'll play the Challenger Sprint for control. Let me explain how it works. I got all my questions right here. I'm going to set the clock for 1 minute. I'm going to fire just as many questions at you as I can come up with, as much as time permits. You'll get $100 for correct answers. We'll take $100 away if you're wrong. And the player with the most money when the time runs out will have the first selection from the category board. And for each of you, we've opened your own personal Citibank Visa account. Every dollar you earn in the game will be deposited to your own personal account. And the money and the benefits that go with that account are yours to keep. Now, if you're all set and ready to go, please set the timer. 1 minute. Step up to the challenge. Name the trouble radar mapping spacecraft currently orbiting Venus. Doak.
Magellan.
Magellan is right. The spacecraft Magellan is being monitored by JPL. What do the initials? Doak.
Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
That's correct. This past week, a tragic helicopter crash took the life of a legendary Doak again.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, you're hot today. Name the northwestern city that hosted this summer's Goodwill Games. Doak.
Seattle.
Correct. A new film called Men at Work about a pair of garbage men stars Charley Sheen and his brother named his brother, Toni.
Emilio Estevez.
I'm glad to see your buzzer works. It's wrong.
Emilio Estevez.
Yes, Estevez. I was thinking of somebody else. All right. Name the current governor of the state of New York. Charley.
Mario Cuomo.
Yes. The U.S. Open tennis tournament is underway, and the man who started as the men's #1 seed was one of the first. Charley?
Stefan Edberg.
He was a casualty, correct. In the mid of the Persian Gulf crisis, the Israeli army has a training ground in which desert? Toni?
The Gaza.
No. Anybody else? Time's up on that, the Negev desert. Who, is that the end of our total time, folks? Thank you. You know what did you say, Estefan?
Estevez.
I don't want to drop names, but I spent a couple of moments with that lady and her husband the other day, and that threw me. And we had dinner together, and it was in my head, and I'm saying, hey, she got the answer. Now, let's see who's got control. Doak, you've got $400 there. Charley, 300, and Toni at 200. It's a minus. Don't worry about that. We know from past experience that that can change momentarily. You're all set to play the first half, and here's how it goes. You'll be out maneuvering and out guessing each other for the right to answer questions that will appear on our video wall. We'll play 2 halves, and then we'll move into our final challenge round where we'll determine today's winner. You're all sort of staring at me, ready to leap out of the gate, so let's get to it. The categories for the first half of play, and they are, first off, today is Labor Day. Indeed it is. This week on TV. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Seaworthy vessels. Do you dig jazz? It's Superman, and with control of the game, Doak, you make the first choice.
Why don't we go with It's Superman?
It's Superman. All right, the question's valued at $150. Super strength, $200. Super weakness, $250. Super romance. The higher the dollar value, the more difficult the question. If you will, please look at your personal electronic keypad, decide on the question you'd like to answer, and secretly lock in your wager now. All right, we've got 2 of you going for the $200 question. Charley and Toni, step up for $200. The only substance that can harm... Wow, I hope you know what you're doing, Charley.
Kryptonite?
No, I didn't finish the question. Hold on a minute. You'll have an opportunity, Toni, to hear the whole question and decide whether you want to answer it or leave it behind. The only substance that can harm Superman is a green element called kryptonite. Charley was right in that regard. It's often used against him by his bald-headed childhood enemy. Name him. Now, you don't have to take it if you don't want to.
I don't want to take it.
You pass it. It's Lex Luthor. All right. For $250, Doak, Name the actress who played Lois Lane opposite Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Margot Kidder.
You are right, sir, for $250. You hang on to the control of the game. And as you know, today is Labor Day. And in Alaska, that means they're holding the annual Great Bathtub Race in Nome. All of the participants, we wish you the very best of good luck. Happy Labor Day. We'll be back here in a second. Don't go away. It's the Challengers.
I never knew how much I could love a person until I had Michael.
Mommy, I had fun today.
He's taught me so much. I have to do the best for him, but making all the right choices isn't easy.
Correct.
See that? You did it. Like when it came to the food he just about lives on.
Peanut butter.
I thought they were all the same until I picked up Jif. They say it's peanuttier. I wanted to find out for myself. Know what? It really is. Jif smells and tastes more like fresh roasted peanuts. Incredible. No question, it's the right choice for this little guy.
Mommy, I love how you cook.
And I love you.
For more fresh roasted peanut taste, choosy moms choose Jif.
Listen to this. It's the sound of no grease on plastic. You want it? Use Dawn.
Dawn is so tough it pulls grease even off plastic.
Sounds great, right?
Dawn takes grease out of your way, even on plastic.
Thanks to our home equity loan from Statewide Capital, we were able to add a playroom for Susan.
1-800-DIAL-CASH.
Thanks to our home equity loan from Statewide Capital, we were able to send Kevin to college.
1-800-DIAL-CASH.
1-800-DIAL-CASH. For years, homeowners have been calling us for fast, simple home equity loans. I'm John Green for Statewide Capital. We make borrowing money easy, even if you've been turned down by the bank or have past credit problems. So remember, Statewide Capital lends money fast. Call 1-800-DIAL-CASH.
Nobody can tell you what a complete and thorough brake job will cost until they inspect your car. Nobody. Midas gives you a full inspection up front. And for $89 per axle, will install organic shoes or pads. $99 for semi-metallic. Inspect hydraulics. Resurface drums or rotors. Repack non-sealed wheel bearings and replace needed grease seals and fluid. If the brake's done right, remember, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
And back we go. Charlie, they tell me you're a golfer. How's your game?
It's not as
Or
good as it
shouldn't I
used
ask?
to. Well, I used to be a 2, now I'm like a 12.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Doak, I haven't known you that well, but I pick up bits of trivia along the way. You do cartoon voices?
Oh, I do a couple.
Give me a taste.
Okay, how about, it's the Muppet Show with our very special guest, Mr. Dick Clark. Yay!
You have hidden talent. Now, the woman next to you speaks 6 languages. Toni, say yes in 6 languages, quickly.
Chai, ne, hai, si, da, ya, sink.
I thought I could tip you. You get no prizes, though, however. While we're there, Toni, don't be discouraged by the minus figure. You can pick that up in a second or two. Doak, you're at 650. Charlie, you're at 100. Doak, you're in control. Let's jump back to the board where we have today is Labor Day, and indeed it is. This week on TV, Anna 1, Anna 2, Anna 3, Seaworthy Vessels, and Do You Dig Jazz? Which one would you like to
Let's try Seaworthy Vessels.
Seaworthy Vessels. All right? The first question worth $150 on steamboats. The second one, battleships. The third, whalers. Higher the value of the question, the tougher the question. If you will, please lock in your wager. Oh, I thought everybody's going to go for battleships for a second. Doak and Toni stand by. Charlie for $150. In 1807, Robert Fulton steamed up the Hudson River in the first commercially successful steamboat. Name his vessel.
I don't know.
It was the Clermont. The Clermont. All right, Doak and Toni. For $200, at the site of the Pearl Harbor attack in Hawaii, a national memorial shrine floats... Whoa, Toni?
Arizona.
That's right. It floats above a partially submerged battleship. Name the ship. Got it before the question came out. You pick up control of the game. Is it to be today's Labor Day this week on TV, Anna 1, 2, 3, or do you dig jazz?
I'd like Anna 1, 2, 3.
You think it's a Lawrence Welk question?
I'm not
sure. No, we have up there a musical Anna, an acting Anna, and a literary Anna. Please, if you will, lock in your wager now. All right, 2 acting Annas coming up there, and let's break that right now. Doak and Toni up to the challenge for $200. Name the former child star who in 1987 published a revealing autobiography entitled Call Me Anna. Doak.
Patty Duke.
Patty Duke is right for $200. Charlie, one of the great tragic characters of Russian literature, Anna Karenina, was created by the same author who penned the masterpiece War and Peace. Name him.
Tolstoy.
Tolstoy is right, sir, for $250. And you've taken over control. Which one of these three will it be?
How about This Week on TV, please?
All right, let's check out the questions. First one for $150, ABC, CBS, and NBC. Without being prejudiced, pick your choice and make your wager. All right, we've got two NBC questions, and Toni will take your CBS $200 question first. On Thursday, CBS presents a special program on education called America's Toughest Assignment. It'll be hosted by the CBS correspondent who can often be seen on the road. Name him. Charles Kuralt. Yeah, you knew it. It was stuck back in the back of your head. Doak and Charlie up to the $250 NBC challenge. On Wednesday night, on NBC, you'll not only see a segment titled Marlena's Missing on the program Unsolved Mysteries, but you'll also see the program's untouchable host. Name him. His name is... Charlie, you want to go late?
Robert Stack.
Robert Stack is right, but you don't get any credit for it, I'm sorry to say. We'll be back in a half a second to play the second half of the game, and when we do, we're going to double the value of all of our questions.
ShopRite answers the question on everyone's lips.
Right, that's it?
This week, USDA Choice Beef Loin Shell Steaks, $3.99 a pound. Golden Ripe Bananas, 3 pounds, $1. Maxwell House Coffee, $1.89. And join ShopRite's Price Plus Club for additional discounts over and above ShopRite's everyday low prices.
We save you money. ShopRite does it right.
From any angle, Maurice Valenci Furniture is spectacular.
What brand of orange juice do you usually pick?
I buy...
Tell us why.
It's always fresh.
Fresh tasting.
Try these two juices. Tell me which one tastes fresher.
That one did. Citrus Hill.
What do you think the loser is?
Citrus Hill Fresh Choice. Picked and squeezed within a day. Preferred nationwide versus the leading brand for its fresh taste.
You can taste a good fresh taste.
Pick the freshness of Citrus Hill Fresh Choice.
It's time to play Win It All! Today's contestants are Danny, a salesman from Hoboken, New Jersey, and Edith, a biochemist from Greenwich, Connecticut. Today's category is famous phrases. What are we playing for this time, Jack?
It's a brand new Honda Accord, this year's bigger version of the best-selling car in America.
I'll take it.
By golly, you're right.
All right.
Too bad, Danny. You better luck next time.
Honda Accord provided in return for promotional consideration by the Tri-Honda Dealers Association.
All news and current events questions are verified by Newsweek magazine. And now, back to the challengers.
Thank you, Don. On this Labor Day, welcome back to the Challengers, first edition. I hope you'll join us regularly, and let's check out what's happening. Toni, we got to get you out of the hole.
I know.
Yeah, this is where it can happen, though. We're going to double the value of everything coming up here, and in the second half, Doak, you're ahead with $850. Charlie, you've got control. We will start the second half, double the value of all of our questions, and these are the 6 situations we have for you. First one is Indian Affairs. Current bestsellers, Athletic Cups, The Title is Barren, Museum Pieces, and Grab Bag. One of them scares the daylights out of me, Charlie. Which one are you going to go for?
Might it be Athletic Cups?
Is that the one you want?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And it may not be what it appears to be. All right, Athletic Cups it is. Let's check the questions valued at $300. The first one is the World Cup, the Stanley Cup, and the America's Cup. Thank goodness. All right. We've doubled the value of everything. Secretly select and wager. Okay, $500 question over there for the America's Cup. The World Cup question goes to Charlie. West Germany will defend its soccer title at the 1994 World Cup, which will be played in what country?
United States.
Yes, sir, you are right. Doak and Toni for $500. The ship Stars and Stripes won the America's Cup races in 1987. Name the ship's controversial. Doak?
Dennis Conner.
He is the skipper. You are right, sir. $500 there. Doak, in control, where do we go?
Let's try Grab Bag.
Grab Bag. Questions for $300. War of the Worlds, War and Peace, War and Beatty. Beatty. All right. Select the one you want to play and place your wager. All right, it looks like we've got a choice across the board, and we'll start with War of the Worlds this time. That's yours, Doak. The classic novel, The War of the Worlds, was recreated on the airwaves in 1938 by Orson Welles. Who wrote the novel?
H.G. Wells.
Yes, sir. All right, for $400, Tony. Tolstoy's War and Peace was brought to the screen in 1956 by King Vidor. Audrey Hepburn played Natasha. Who played Pierre?
Omar Sharif.
No, ma'am. It was Henry Fonda.
Oh.
All right, Charlie, for $500. Warren Beatty's shooting him up as Dick Tracy, but he first shot to fame in a 1961 Elia Kazan film. Name it. Splendor in the Grass. All right. Tough turn of events that time. Doak, you're in control. Where do we go?
The title is Baron.
All right. Questions up on deck for $300. Boasting barons, warring barons, winemaking barons. Place your wager, if you will, right now. All right, the warring barons will start off with Doak and Toni. Step up to the $400 challenge. In the comics, Snoopy fights an imaginary Red Baron, but tell me the name of the real Red Baron of World War I, Doak?
Baron von Richthofen.
You are right, sir, for $400. For $500, Charlie, the estate of the late French Baron, Philippe de Rothschild, shares its name with an expensive wine. Name the wine.
Chateau Lafite.
No,
Rothschild.
sir. Mouton Rothschild is the name they wanted. Sorry about that. Let's go back to the control factor with Doak. Indian Affairs, current bestsellers and museum pieces.
Current bestsellers, please.
All right. Questions are sports stories, murder, mysteries, and business battles. $300 to $500. The higher the value, the more difficult the question. Lock in your wager. All right, we've got an assortment now. We'll go for the $300 question with Doak. First off, the #1 book on this past week's New York Times nonfiction bestseller list titled Men at Work examines the game of baseball. Name the author.
George Will.
That's right, for $300. For $400, Tony, Jim Chee and Joe Leaphorn are the Navajo heroes of 4 novels written by Tony Hillerman. What's the title of his novel that's currently on the New York Times bestseller list?
The Listening Wind.
No, Coyote Waits is the answer to that question. For $500, Charlie, 2 Wall Street Journal's reporters have been on the New York Times bestseller list for more than 7 months with their gripping story of a financial takeover subtitled The Fall of R.J.R. Nabisco. What's the book's main title? Barbarians at the Gate. Doak, you're running hot and strong here. You've got control. The last 2 pieces, Indian Affairs and museum pieces.
Museum pieces, please.
Questions are Americana for $300, Fine Art for $400, The Ancients for $500. Select the one you want to wager on now. Tony, did you wager? All right, fine. 2 fine arts questions we'll hold, and we'll go to Doak first for $300. Get ready to look to the video wall and name the museum where you can find this historic aircraft. Cue the wall, please. Picture.
It's in the National Air and Space Museum.
That is right, the Smithsonian Institution or the National Air and Space Museum. Charlie and Toni for $400, hands on buzzers. Get ready to look to the video wall and name the museum where we would find this statue. Cue the wall. It is Charlie.
The Louvre.
Is correct for $400 and control of the game. Charlie, we've got, I think we've only got one left, do we not? Indian Affairs, am I correct in that? Yeah. All right, sir. Here we go. Let's check out the questions. If you will, the first question valued at $300 is Indian Braves, Indian Maidens, and Indian Chiefs. Time to wager. Now. Indian Maidens for $400. Toni and Charlie, some women throw themselves at men, but according to legend, Pocahontas tried to save a man's life by throwing herself on him. Who was the captain? Charlie.
John Smith.
Correct. Doak. For $500, the Sioux Nation, led by Sitting Bull, defeated Custer at the Battle of Little Bighorn in what state?
South Dakota.
No, sir. It was Montana. All right, that sound tells us we're about ready to move into our final challenge of the day. And in this round, normally you'd be able to wager any or all of your monies in your account on one final question. And Doak, you have put yourself in the greatest spot in the world. You have outdone yourself. You're ahead. We have to take away the score of the other folks. You're the only one eligible to go to the final challenge of the day. Let me show you the board, and we'll check it out. The final challenge is the Windy City. And see what happens with questions. Even odds athletics. We'll double your wager on art, and we'll triple it on architecture. Now, Doak, here is your challenge. I'm going to give you an opportunity to elect to answer one of those questions. If you get it right, we'll then give you the opportunity to sweep the board. You know what that means? A little simple mathematics. That's a whale of a lot of money. Think about it for half a second now. Do you want to go for one? You got the thing in the bag. Not a lot of danger. We'll be back in just a second to find out what you were thinking about and what your decision is right here on The Challenger.
We thought you'd like to know that Tic Tac breath mints are made with sugar because sometimes things are made with sugar and you don't even know it. Sugar-free Certs Mini Mints, the only little mint that's sugar-free. Now you know.
Can the other guys say they've installed over 100 million quality mufflers? We could say that. That's why we could say this. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Paper towel manufacturers give you a lot of reasons to choose their particular brand of paper towel. And some people may find it difficult deciding just which brand to buy. Well, if you care about the environment and know that paper towels made from 100% recycled paper are better for all of us, we've just made your decision a lot easier. Marcal, think of what you can save.
I'm an old-fashioned guy. I like big hamburgers. That's why I like Wendy's old-fashioned double. You never have to ask, where's the beef? Our old-fashioned double with cheese is a full half-pound of fresh beef with your choice of fresh toppings, including lettuce and tomato, and served to you hot off the grill.
A most highly excellent double, Mr. Thomas.
My kind of dude.
Come in and try Wendy's big half-pound double. It's the answer to where's the beef.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a great view feeling at the top of the boardwalk. The new Showboat Casino Hotel in Atlantic City.
Thanks to our home equity loan from Statewide Capital, we were able to add a playroom for Susan.
1-800-DIAL-CASH.
Thanks to our home equity loan from Statewide Capital, we lowered our monthly expenses by consolidating our bills.
1-800-DIAL-CASH.
1-800-DIAL-CASH. For years, homeowners have been calling us the fast, simple home equity loan. I'm John Green for Statewide Capital. We make borrowing money easy, even if you've been turned down by the bank or have past credit problems. So remember, Statewide Capital lends money fast. Call 1-800-DIAL-CASH.
Back to the final challenge, and here's your host, Dick Clark.
Thank you, Don, very much. Toni, thank you very much. Charlie, thank you, folks, for joining us. Nice to have you on The Challenger. All right, we're set to play the final challenge, and I'd like to point out that the money Doak has accumulated in his account will have a very special value. Don, please tell us about it.
Thank you, Dick. All of today's players receive their winnings in a Citibank Visa account. They get all the distinct benefits and exclusive service that only Citibank provides.
Thank you, Don. And remember, Doak, you can do anything you want with the money in your account, including converting it to cash, and you're in a delightful spot now. You got this whole game to yourself. You could sweep the board. Let me review very quickly what we have over here. Questions on athletics, worth even odds. The art question, double the odds. Architecture, triple the odds. Are you going to go ahead? You're going to stop now.
I'm going to go ahead.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to start with athletics.
And how much money?
$850, please.
All right, let me see. If I figure that out correctly, you could end up with $3,000 or $1,300 if you're wrong. We'll root for the $3,000. In 1988, die-hard Chicago sports fans learned that their beloved Cubbies would be playing home games at night under the lights for the first time. Name their home field.
Comiskey Park.
No, sir. Everybody in that audience knows the answer. It's Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field.
Yeah. will you indulge me? Can I try another one? Because I looked here and I said, if he takes the triple the odds question and he gets it, he's going to break the bank. Would you try it just for the heck of it?
Sure.
I don't know if you're going to get it or not. Maybe it's dinner on me if you get this one. One of Chicago's best-known architectural landmarks, the Roby House, was designed by the man who founded the Prairie School of Architecture. Got any idea who that was?
No, not a clue.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Lloyd Wright.
I was sure you were going to come up with. Weren't you the man that in the sneak preview did? You got the phalanges as finger bones. What was the one you missed?
Pituitary gland.
Shame on you. Shame on you. How
now.
could you miss that? Anyway, you've won your second game, Doak. Your account now is up to $1,300. You'll be returning tomorrow to meet 2 new players, and we'll find out whether you can win your 3rd straight game on your way to the ultimate challenge of $55,000. I have a hunch you're going to do real well. We'll see you tomorrow. For now, Dick Clark. So long.
Some contestants today will receive Gitano socks, all you need to keep you on your toes. Gitano, the spirit of family. It's here, the next generation of salon-style nail lengtheners. Brush on like polished, gel formula Lee sculptured nails. Introducing Jovan Musk Actives, a line of aftershaves and deodorants for the man on the go. Jovan Musk Actives for every day. And Klondike Light Bars, a delicious frozen dessert with only 110 calories per bar. A tasty treat from Klondike. And get your whole wash fresh and clean at a refreshingly low price. Arm & Hammer laundry detergents, liquid or powder, from the freshness experts. This is Don Morrow speaking. The challenger. Monday on Channel 4.
These are students from some of America.
Inside edition.